Hello, fellow classmates. My topic for today's informational speech is the Brian Williams controversy. This controversy is very important in today's society because Brian Williams is one of the most watched news anchors and one of the most trusted men in America. He started out his career in 1981 as a news anchor in Pittsburgh, Kansas. In 2004, he took over for NBC's Nightly News as the top anchor. He has been one of the most trusted men in America since he took over, and he's the number one most watched news program. For the longest time, he was in like the 30-something rank for the most trusted men in America. Since this controversy came about, he has fallen to well below the 800 mark. Brian Williams, this controversy came about when in 2003 he said that he was on a helicopter that came under fire when he entered Iraq. This story has changed multiple times over the past 12 years since he originally came about, and now it is believed that he was not even in Iraq, or he came in a couple hours after he was under fire. Either way, he was definitely not under fire. When this attack came about, when the story came about rather, he was faced with immediate controversy. He took a leave for a few days, saying that he needed to try to figure out what happened to him and where the story went astray. Since then, NBC has officially suspended him for the next 6 months without any pay. He has been replaced for the NBC Nightly News broadcast, and he's going to have a very hard time coming back from this if he does ever come back. Since this has come about, he's also faced a bunch of other news stories that people are now questioning. They are questioning his involvement with the collapse of the Berlin Wall, saying that there's a good chance that he wasn't even there. And they are also investigating his story about meeting Pope John Paul II. His story on that has changed many, many times over the past few years as well. I've also read that they are investigating his spending accounts and finances at NBC, saying that he may have misused some of them. So he's definitely under a lot of scrutiny. If he does decide to come back, I don't know exactly where he's going to be able to come back, if he's going to be trusted at all. He has fallen way below the 800 mark as most trusted men in America, so he's definitely going to have a very, very hard time trying to redeem himself from this. He has said in interviews recently that he doesn't know what happened to him over these stories, and that 12 years is a very long time, and that his memory has gotten a little fuzzy and faded out here and there. So, I'm not sure what is going to happen to him. In conclusion, Brian Williams is definitely facing a lot of trouble now in regards to his reputation and to his career. I don't know if he's going to be able to definitely have a full comeback from this in 6 months when his suspension is over, or if NBC is even going to let him come back. There are reports that NBC has been debating firing him permanently and terminating him. If that's going to happen, though, it's all depending on where he ends up going with his apologies for messing up the stories, and if people will ever trust him again for this. Thank you.